2014, the year that fashion designers themselves took center stage. Leading the pack, Karl Lagerfeld, who realized that women no longer wanted style to mean pain. At Chanel, he focused on reinventing the humble trainer, as at home in the supermarket as on the runway.
Chanel sells lipstick, perfume. It's more affordable than ready-to-wear, but in order for our message to get through, we need to have a clearly defined look. And that's what you see everywhere. When a woman leaves her house wearing a certain outfit, it doesn't matter if you like it or not. That only really concerns people in fashion.
Chanel wrapped up the year in true French style, transforming the Grand Palais into a typical Parisian boulevard, which is to say, full of protests. If for Lagerfeld the overall impact of a collection is more important than the pieces in it, younger independent fashion houses are taking the opposite view. Labels like Boucherat-Jarrard's.
What we're seeing here isn't a protest, it's much calmer than that. Where others shout about what they're about, this label whispers it.
Boucherat-Jarrard has been evolving her label for 4 years. The go-to woman for precision tailoring, she's nurtured a close relationship with her seamstresses.
You know, I work on the cuts. I'm with the fabric right from the start, working out my shapes, using my imagination, incorporating embroidery. So none of these elements are just simple decoration.
And there's one trend that's set to get even bigger in 2015. Fashion that amounts to much more than simple decoration. Clothes that, in some cases, are even capable of responding to social anxieties.
It was really a reaction to how there's simply no privacy these days. Cameras really do follow our every move. And that's why I created this. It's sort of a joke too, showing that the audience can engage with the subject. But that's also why I've created some rather strange looks, to almost unsettle the cameras.
Fashion design is about inspiring emotion and asking questions, a job that Yohji Yamamoto's dedicated himself to for more than 40 years.
I just wanted to find some emotion for myself, because I was being questioned. Why black, why black, why black always? So I wanted to prove that I can use colors.
Like many great artists, fashion designers can have a tendency towards egocentrism. Rick Owens takes his work very seriously. For him, it's all about the designer.
I don't really think of how people accept or respond to it. And the only way I can do what I do is to be completely selfish and think only of what I want.
A position that's a little harder to maintain when you're part of a multinational luxury goods group. At Louis Vuitton, Marc Jacobs has just handed over the reins to Frenchman Nicolas Ghesquière.
The main idea was that it should be easy, which means everything and nothing at the same time. I wanted it to be hassle-free. I wanted it to feel like a wardrobe, as if you've just opened a wardrobe, one that combined the most interesting and impressive items from several different women's collections.
And at Sonia Rykiel, it's Marc Jacobs' former partner in crime at Vuitton who's taking over creative control, Julie Delibran.
My mom used to get dressed up in the 70s. When I was born, my mom used to wear Sonia Rykiel, so I had, in a way, already discovered the fashion house. And when I got here and looked through the archives, it was like being in my mom's wardrobe. I felt at home very quickly.
Major brands certainly pride themselves on their collections, but just as important is their choice of creative director. In 2012, Dior replaced the eccentric Galliano with Raf Simons, an altogether calmer presence than his predecessor.
The job of an artistic director is to widen horizons, to come up with new ideas and create work that's beautifully executed. Yes, it's very exciting, and we're also about to announce some excellent sales figures too.
Raf Simons couldn't be further from the typical image of an aloof designer if he tried.
The job that this house has created for me is really incredible. I was almost shocked when I saw that it was possible, because everything is handmade. All the embroidery is handmade, and then it's cut, folded and embellished by hand. It's really incredible. A huge personal well done from me to the women in the workshop.
2014 also marks the last ever ready-to-wear collection from Jean-Paul Gaultier. The brand's new owner, Spanish group Push, has decided to concentrate on the haute couture and perfume instead.
For the first time in 38 years, the collection was ready a week in advance. I usually only finish it all the night before. It's amazing. The day I decide to stop, it all just comes together. But there you go, it's a funny story, almost like a message saying carry on.
And as for 2015, the controversial return of the disgraced John Galliano. Shunned by the fashion community for 4 years following an anti-Semitic outburst, the English eccentric appears to have mellowed. He's been named creative director at Martin Margiela, a new chapter in fashion history that will be following from January.